So my name is Tracy Cromar and my company is TLC Accounts. I provide bookkeeping, self-assessment and payroll support to small and medium-sized businesses and individuals. I've been in business now for coming up for 6 years. So I've been working with Brenda now for just over a year. The benefits to my business that I have seen is, and on a personal level, my confidence has massively grown. In the past, when I would have come across perhaps a more tricky situation, I probably would have shied away from that in the past. And now I'm embracing those challenges and working through them. And I think that's because I have the support of Brenda at ActionCOACH, that I can always rely on Brenda to give me advice as to how to overcome the obstacle and or to help me work through any issues with the obstacles. So yeah, I feel that ActionCOACH and Brenda in particular have been massively supportive and instrumental in the growth of my business over the last year. My business, when I started with ActionCOACH, was more about Tracy and what Tracy does, and not about TLC accounts. I feel that I have developed the TLC accounts brand and I've become more aware of that by going through the process of the ActionCOACH system, and it's made me think about it more as a business than just Tracy Cromar. And I think I need to think in a bigger scale if I do want to grow. TLC accounts was treading water at the time, and I didn't know how to move it forward. And especially when you're just a one-person business at the time that I was, that you don't really have anybody else to bounce things off of or to say you're doing the right thing. So having somebody else who has your business interests at heart as well has been massive for me and does make me feel that it is more a business now than just Tracy Cromar. I had been speaking with another business associate who had recommended Brenda and ActionCOACH to me. We had been bouncing some ideas off against each other. They were asking me how I dealt with certain things and I was asking them, and it became clear that we both had gaps. And she had suggested to me that perhaps speaking to Brenda would be really beneficial for my business. And I think at that point I reached out, or we were put in touch, and that's how I became involved. I went along to one of the first sessions as a taster session, saw how it was all happening, and from there decided to sign up and haven't looked back. So one of the things about being involved is the Action Club, and that is on every 2 weeks. And this is where I come together with other business owners, and we work through the Action Club topic for that fortnight. It's not just about what we're being taught. We share our experiences. We bounce ideas off each other. There's a real support network there within the group as well. And I have taken away some really valuable things and use them in my business from other business owners. And it's great to be able to thank them for, saying, why don't you try this? And so it's not just about ActionCOACH, Action Club, it's about the other people as well, who are all looking to grow their business or, make their business better. And that's been really, really good. I've really enjoyed that. I've met some really lovely people. Working with an ActionCOACH, I think you'll only get out of it what you put in. You have to be sure that this is what you want to do and this is how you are going to move your business forward. And I think that it's really important to consider, because there's lots of things that I didn't appreciate and that I hadn't considered when I was thinking about moving my business forward. I'm still learning, and I love that, because it's not something that you could learn in one session, because there's a lot of life experience as well in there as well, not just from, and this is where it goes back to the group, sharing our own experiences. Unless you're in an environment like that, it's not something that perhaps you would learn from other people. But I do find that there's so much more to it it's been invaluable for me. And I wouldn't be where I am now if I hadn't, you know, invested in that. I know I now have goals in place and I'm not just working to earn some money. I've got future goals, I've got short-term goals, long-term goals, and I've got even longer term goals as well, about what I would like to do. And I think that's the confidence that I've been given to dream and and it's, some of the short term goals are probably pretty minor, but it doesn't matter. It's achieving them and then moving on to the next one. I feel very proud of my business now. I'm very proud of what I've achieved. I'm proud of where I am in business. I think that that's invaluable for moving forward and selling my business, to new clients. And yeah, it's just been really, really good. I think there's been lots of things that I've implemented in my business as a result of being with Action Coach that probably hadn't considered. And this has been not just beneficial for me, but beneficial to my clients. That's the biggest thing. So to actually hear someone else say to you, you're really good at what you do, it's like, I need to bottle this. I need to get that out to other people and and let them see that I could make a difference to their business. It's a really hard thing to do for like a bookkeeping business, because I think there's a perception out there that anyone can do bookkeeping. Actually, it's not until you get to a level where the information really counts, and that is at the accountant's level, and how they use that information and how much time they have to spend with dealing with your input. That then that's when you find out how valuable a bookkeeper is, and how it, in some businesses, it's an absolute necessity. Especially if you're a business that's trying to grow as well, you need to make sure that your numbers and your figures are right. My business has grown dramatically. I mean, from when I look back to where I was when I first started with Action Coach, since then I have rebranded. I've got a new website. I've got a staff member working with me. I have gained new clients. I've also been fortunate enough that my existing clients, pretty much all of them, are growing as well. So I've been able to support them as they grow. There's my turnover has definitely increased. Yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting because I don't feel that I need to worry so much now about. I'm more thinking long term about, I've got money there now to be able to grow as well. It's not about, well, I'll have to wait until I take on some more new clients, and that it's starting to happen now that I'm kind of coming out the other side of that process. And always, having to look at turnover and profit margins and things like that, that's really important. But when you get to a stage where the funds are there ready for you to take that next step, and investing in your business is really important for that, because if you don't invest in the business, then you'll never grow. I can see that growth happening. And I really hope to be taking on another staff member, because I feel that there is lots of potential there for new business.